Right, basically this setup isn't working for me. I've used it for a few weekends. The build isn't complete by any means, but I didn't want to totally complete it before I decided where things were going, because I've done it before. You complete it and it just doesn't work, and then you've spent all that time. So I'm redoing things. This is my next job. This is going in the front, doing that now. I'm sick of saying I'm going to do it and not doing it. So that's going just there where I can reach it, because this doesn't work for me. And like I've said before, I've lost an entire cupboard just to wiring and switches, which that's going to be my bedding. I've decided bedding's not heavy, it's up there, out of the way. All the clothing's going to remain up here. I'm going to ditch some of these extra sleeping bags off. This at the minute obviously is all the bedding. I'm going to get a proper duvet set purely for this vehicle. This is just a spare one from upstairs somewhere. Finished it off the wife. This one, it started off as the water tank, but as you can see, chainsaw, spare water, all kinds of clean bags, and then just spare cables, pipes and things, because like you know, I've got no workshop, so this is my shed as well. This, the water tank, I'm going to put on this side. I'm going to put another water tank next to it. Then I'm also going to put the gas tank in here. I'm also going to put the petrol in here as well. So this will be fuel and water, solely for that cupboard. This one here is the gas tank, petrol and things like that, so that cupboard then will be freed up. So I'll have two free cupboards. This at the minute, food in the top, food in the bottom, food in the top, food in the bottom, and all my cooking gear. Right, the food, that's going to stay the same, but I'm going to put more shelves, more storage in there, because it does move about when I'm off-road. Same with that, that's ended up as a bloody bomb site, because I need to get a proper drawer for all the cutlery and everything, and sort something better out with that. Probably buy a full set of plates, things like that, and then I'm going to make a specific thing for them all to sit in, because what it is at the minute is just not working. I'm ending up with things like this. This shouldn't be here like this. So I was going to mount it to the back door, but I'm kind of thinking, as much as like now, beautiful to have the two big back doors open and look out onto the campsite or wherever you are, but winter, that's going to be a bugger. So I'm thinking, I don't know, it's going to be a while before I do it, end of summer. I'm thinking about putting a wall in, just totally walling it, and then where the step goes down, having a caravan door. That way I can mount jerry cans to the back or whatever else I want, high lift jack down one side, other recovery gear on the other side. But realistically, I don't need the two great big ambulance doors. I'm not loading people in the back of a meat wagon, do you know what I mean? It's, anyway, carry on. So yeah, more bedding, more clothes, things, that's going to continue. I do like that, and it does work well, very well. Under this seat, I've got a couple of compartments. One compartment's quite stowed, so I'm going to keep all my fluids in there, my oils, for all my diffs, engine oil, spare water for the engine, things like that. The next one, where the night heater is above it, instead of having my little tool cupboard at that end, I'm going to put it all in there, because I don't really use this for anything other than keeping small gas bottles and hexiburners and things like that, which realistically, they don't need to be in there. I've got all this gear that's attached to the vehicle, so a bit of wasted space. Under here, as you can see, I've got my wolf box with me, it's pretty much a grab box with all my dried food and everything that I could put in any vehicle. That may go in this top cupboard that I'm going to empty out. And then the next section was, I've just had it all out just to do a bit of maintenance. I don't like opening it up after 6 months and it be rusty. But my Dutch oven and all my cast iron cook sets, skillets, things like that, I think that's going to go from under there. I don't know. I might keep it there, I might not. So there's going to be more space there. And then the next bit just here is all recovery gear. Well, that won't have the tools in because they'll be moved further forward, so that's going to be recovery gear from now. Because it's right next to the door. That's the sole reason for it. And then once all these are out, I'm going to put doors on. I'm going to put all doors that match all of this. So that's my thoughts anyway. I might change my mind halfway through, but that seems to be a better working system for what I've got at the minute. So, right, let's have a play. So a lot of you'll be aware the batteries for a Land Rover are under the passenger seat. Originally the cabling for this came up this back here and just through a couple of holes here into all the fuses and everything that are on this back wall, into all the relays, everything else, and then into these switches. A little bit hard to get to though, unfortunately, and as you can see they're a little bit all over. I'm not overly fond of this. This is going to come out. Never really noticed it, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not having it. So once all this is out, this is then the new storage cupboard for all the sleeping gear. What I'm going to do, I'm just measuring off now, because this cable here is a 2.5 flex. A 2.5 flex has got a really good ampage rating, so there was 2 of them feeding before, one of them's more than enough. So again, just measuring off. This is going to be the cupboard. Switch panel's going to be here where it's easily reached. I'm not taking my eyes too far off the road to see it. So if this here goes a lot, well, it won't go here, but inside, little hole out that end, down across the back. You won't see it, it'll be behind that lip, and it'll just come down the back there, and hopefully it should reach, and I can reuse that. Then once that's in, I can then just wire from each of the individual switches, because it's a really good marine switch, out to whichever unit that I want. As you can see behind here, obviously again not so great, it will get redone. It's things like these spotlights, which absolute genius. He used it for lighting house numbers up as he drove past, so I could see where he was delivering to, because this was a delivery vehicle at one point. But they're really handy. Driving down the backcountry roads, you put these on, they're lighting an entire field up to one side of you. So I'm keeping them, they're good. That'll be the wiring here, and all I'll do is I'll go from here, up and in, done. There's another one on that side, again, up, in. Light bars on the front, that'll be drilled straight into here. So very minimal work, really. And then I'll put some additional lights that come down. I have red internal lights here and red internal lights in the back off of the switch here. Then I've also got the lights in the back as well that you've already seen. So we're getting on slowly. So there we have it. Nice new switch panel, easily reached, and I can see every single one of them without taking my eyes too far off. If anyone's wondering what this is, a couple of people asked me. I went on eBay and I typed in boat switch. It's basically a Carling switch, which you get for a Land Rover. Absolute fortune. The best part of a 10 quid each by the time you buy this around. This was about £30 for the whole thing, and behind here, just get it off. It's marine grade. It's all fused as well, so you can change the fuses. So it's kind of a one-stop shop thing. Really good quality as well, and pre-wired on the back. So all you've got to do is a pos and a neg, which supplies all of that. All you've got to do is have a common negative and then hook the live of whatever you want to attach to it. Really easy stuff. Cupboard complete. This was the miscellaneous junk tools section, which is now purely recovery. After going through my recovery gear, I've noticed that I haven't got as much as what I thought I had. I've got my long rope, I've got my various tree strops and things like that, but I don't have a winch anymore. What I need to sort out, I need to write a list of all this stuff. I need to get some D-links and some shackles and bits and pieces like that again, because I seem to be down on that. It's probably because I've been slack and I've not been off-roading as much as I used to do, but I'll kick myself for breakdown one time. I haven't got everything that I need. So that's one cupboard out of the way. Recovery gear was there, as you can see. Massive amount of space opened up, and the Dutch oven kit was there. So yeah, the cast iron cook set may go back there, but I'm going to carry on emptying out. And what I'm doing, excuse the mess, because I'm literally clearing all the cupboards out and rearranging as I want. What I've got in this one now under the seat, oils, antifreezers, things like that, sockets set, more water and things next to the night heater, and there's going to be more, pretty much tools and all the things in here. I hope I never do, but if I ever roll it, I want it all stowed down so it doesn't come flying about. So all that's for the bin. I mean, I've been carrying around all this junk for God knows how long, so Yes, it's a well needed tidy out this. Right, this is the lower large cupboard now. What I've done is I moved this water tank, temporary water tank. I do want a marine water tank in the bottom here with the spout that goes up to the side that fills it, but realistically they're over £100, so this water butt is going to have to do for a few more months because there's other stuff that needs buying, and that's, I've got water, it's not essential. This was the gas tank cupboard. These are both vented cupboards before anybody says, oh, it needs to be vented. What I'm going to do is, I've now got enough on here, I'm going to take that off, drill a hole in this side, it'll come out here, and then I can tie up all these higher up, so that gives me then the water and the gas in here. Also keep me petrol and a few dirty items, because nothing matters in here if it gets dirty, which then frees up this cupboard. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it frees up this cupboard. And like I say, all this now is redundant wiring now, because I've got the nice neat switch panel, you can't see because it's dark, over there, so then the bedding can go up there, which frees up this cupboard. I've also moved all the recovery gear, and all the tools are now in here, with more tools and a few clean things there, and odds and ends, welly boots, things like that in there. All the stuff that you're never going to use, but it's there. Hopefully never used because it's recovery stuff. So yeah, that then frees up all under here, which I think I'm going to use to keep my chainsaw and bits and bobs. I don't know. I'll work it out as I go along, but it's getting organised slowly. It's chaos in here, absolute chaos. Oh, yeah, a bit more. There we go, boom. That's that cupboard sorted. Now freed me up another cupboard. So, happy days. What more do you need? Gas for the cooker, wood burning cooker just in case, water, petrol, beer. Great source of protein. Quick one on thoughts. Tell me what you think of this. Minute, 2 big doors. Brilliant for summer, lovely for looking out on. In winter, I don't want all the rain coming in here every time it gets wet, so I'm thinking back end of this summer, putting a wall. Totally walling this off with like a caravan door here, offset, so what I can do is have the high lift jack mounted here, and maybe another spare wheel here, or 2 jerry cans or whatever. Let me know what you lot think. Obviously I'll be losing this step. I'd keep this recessed step here, and like I say, from here straight up, just having a door that opens this way and then straight in. I think that'd be a lot better for winter, but you lot let me know what you think, because like I say, I do like these big back doors, but they're a bit of a pain sometimes. And can you imagine this in winter, letting the heat out? It's a lot of draft, that. Like I say, give us a comment and let us know. Got some rivets now, just drilling this out, ready for the big hinge. My mate's just bent this up for me and took all the edges off. This is going to go on the back door, so I've got a space on there. Right, so here we have it. This is what I've been doing today. I was going to crack on with tidying the rest of the rover, but I popped in my mate's workshop and he had a bit of checker plate lying about, so I was cheeky and said, what are you doing with it? I want a shelf. So he cut it to shape for me, bent a lip on it and gave me a piano hinge. So all I've done, I've put on a little release spring loaded here. I drilled the top here, so all I've got to do, lift it up. This drops down. As you can see, I've got myself a lovely little shelf. So when the doors open all the way to the side under my awning, I've got somewhere where I can either cook on with a stove, so or just generally making a meal or storing things. Just one thing you're short of all the time is a nice flat clean space. Didn't want to do it out of a wood or anything. I wanted some nice clean that I can wipe down, and obviously with it being aluminium, it's very, very light but very strong. So absolutely chuffed to bits with that. That's it, I've had enough for the night now. It's late. I mean, you can see I've got lights on and everything. I've I've done my bit. My dad came round after work, he's helped me doing the stonework for the my new fireplace that the wife wants, and just done the shelf in the back there. Absolutely chuffed to bits, buzzing mode today. Taxman screwed me for the last 6 weeks. My tax code's been totally out, so they've been absolutely hammering me. And yeah, bushcraft show was going to be a bit of a tight one. It was going to be eat the food that's in the back and blag some diesel off my boss kind of tight. But tax code's right. Chuffed to bits. That means 2 more paydays, top the money up a bit, and I've got another little job that I can do over the weekend as well. I did want to be working on the truck this weekend, but realistically I'll take the money for working the weekend, because it'll come in no end for the bushcraft show. Yeah, buzzing mode, absolutely buzzing mode. It's the difference between having a decent weekend and a very good weekend. Chuffed to bits with the little table thing that I've just put on, the little strap things. I didn't want to put chains or wires on them. I've used a bit of strap, and I found it in the back of the ambulance from when I bought it, when I've cleared it out, so that's coming again. Good to get another use out of it. Yeah, buzzing, really good mood now. It's coming together. Just a few more little jobs, like I say, a couple bits are tidied out, a few odds and ends, and yeah, we're getting there for this bushcraft show. Really looking forward to it this year. Should be there from about Friday dinner time, queued outside, provided there's not been some catastrophic event that's a breakdown or anything like that on the way there. So brilliant, I'll see you there.